Welcome to the Vicis Interimo 30 Minutes to Kill podcast.
You are listening to the Vicis Interimo show, 30 Minutes to Kill, more or less, a horror entertainment podcast featuring horror, suspense, and psychological thrillers. You can find us on iTunes, Stitchers, Podomatic, and just about anywhere. Just type in Vicis Interimo, VICIS-INTERIMO. I'm your host, Michael Matt Saxon Jones, here with my lovely wife and co-host, Lori. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Can somebody shut that dog up?
I was just going to say, do you think everyone can hear the neighbor's dog barking?
I don't know. Anyhow, back to the show. We generally have 4 segments to each show. Laid to Rest, where we recap old shows or any info that we may have missed in previous shows. A review of a featured movie. This time it's A Cure for Wellness. We then have Garbage In, Garbage Out, where we talk about any TV shows, books, movies, anything else we might have caught over the last week or since the last show. And we end with a Crawling Chaos, a topic or factoid that we have never talked about before. Sometimes silly, sometimes serious, most always chaotic. That dog finally shut up.
Yes, it did.
All right, so we're not going to waste any time. Let's get right to the show here. Things to lay to rest.
Portions of this podcast are made possible through the patronage of great people like At Lonely Bob, Big Albie, and Goldafish. Since we are trying to grow our podcast in every way possible, even if you can't be a patron, you can still help us grow by liking, commenting, and subscribing to the podcast.
So, do you have anything? No. Okay. So, 308 episode.
Wait, what?
We did. This is actually 311, but for 308.
Wait, slow down.
Well, I want to get to it.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't have anything for our Laid to Rest segment?
Yes, 308 is what I'm talking about. Episode 308 was our live and unedited episode. It was live, recorded live for later broadcast, you know.
Okay, you're just talking so fast, I don't even know what's happening.
Okay. I'm just moving it right along here.
Were you hoping I didn't have anything to say, or were you just shutting me off? And
I just figured you didn't have anything. I always ask you, and this is a long, drawn-out thing, and like, oh, well, this is lame, and I'm trying to keep the show snappy and, really there,
Snappy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your Laid to Rest?
I don't know. I forgot now. I was just going to say about the live and unedited episode.
What about
That's tough to say.
So the last episode we did...
That wasn't pure laziness. It was kind of a challenge because what you said... No, the last episode we did was not that one, but that was a couple episodes ago, and that was Castle Freak that we did. And you kind of challenged me along the way. I didn't want people to think I was just lazy, didn't want to edit the episode. That was... Never mind. Okay.
So you're laying to rest something from a few weeks ago.
Yes. Yeah. Because we never talked about it when we did Here Alone or we did...
I wasn't sure if you actually
Warhouse.
Released it like that or if
I did. I didn't even cut I said I was going to set the silences out, and I didn't even do that. I just let it fly.
What did
natural.
People think of that? Did anyone say anything? No one even noticed?
Nobody even cared.
Yeah, well, we always sound like we didn't edit it anyway, probably, so...
That's probably too true.
So I was going to say, our last episode we did, do you remember what movie we watched?
Warhouse. Oh, it wasn't called Warhouse here. It was called Armistice.
Right.
Yeah. It's a little bit of trivia I slipped in there for you.
Oh, well,
maybe
thanks.
I mentioned it last time.
Well, actually, I noticed it when we were watching. There was something on there that said Warhouse.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
No.
That actually makes more sense.
An armistice? Well, that's why I had to read the definition of that. But
I mean, it's more like what it is, because soldiers who are in wars end up there.
Well, yeah, see...
it's figurative and literal, I guess.
We talked about how bad it was. Did we want to talk about the fact that we went on to talk about it more? And spoiler or no? I don't. You're looking at me kind of odd. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand you.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and say it since we already recommended that people don't listen to it or don't watch that movie.
Yeah. So you're giving a spoiler
I'm giving
right
a
now
spoiler now. So
okay,
if
this
you
is
have
a spoiler for Armistice.
If you have any thought of watching that,
okay,
shut this off. The movie we described as being lots of different things. Like, okay, well, it could have been like this movie, and we said, okay, all right, so we already cleared that up, or you can go listen to that episode. We discussed, though, you and I, the fact that the final scene in that movie, if you watch the stinger even, I think it was even after the credits, is a third soldier shows up here. We've watched this whole movie. We've seen one soldier in there, and it turns out there was somebody else before him that left him some information.
Right.
There had been changes made to the house, blah, blah, blah. So you and I theorized that this could have all been just a fever dream. Could have been a wounded soldier just imagining this whole thing happen.
Right.
But then, Stinger, at the end of the movie, a third soldier shows up.
Yeah.
So what is this? Does that mean that place is purgatory? Does that mean that is an actual something that these soldiers are going to? Or...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's what we were hinting around and bouncing back and forth last week. We didn't want to talk about it.
Though here we are spoiling it anyway.
We spoiled it now. Well, you know what? They had every chance, and we even gave them extra time in between here to check the movie out. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed kind of harsh because it was like, the guy was grievously wounded.
Yeah.
And like he couldn't process it. Like he was in some kind of denial or something.
Right.
So he ended up there.
Yeah.
But it was like once you accepted what happened to yourself,
you could then
move on.
It's like a way station. It's like this place in between. But yeah, why do you and then
it's bad enough you suffer this horrible injury that there's no coming back from. Now you're like something somewhere is going to mess with you too.
Yeah, they're just going to taunt you and let you live out 30 years or whatever.
Yeah,
that's why we said it would have been a better Twilight Zone episode or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
A little bit
I'd like
abbreviated.
To talk to the person who wrote this so I could ask him some questions.
Yeah, we always want to know more.
Yeah, maybe they could help me understand.
Okay, so by the light of the Christmas tree there, what's your other notes regarding previous...
Oh, well, do you remember the movie we did before that?
The one we did before that, yeah. Here Alone.
Here Alone.
Yeah.
Well, we saw a radio in that movie.
Yes, we did.
I meant to mention that in last week's Laid to Rest, and I forgot. But yeah, I remember when we were watching it, and of course that's the post-apocalyptic one. You can go back and see what that was all about if you like. It's from 2 episodes ago, but yeah, they had there's no electricity. It's like I said, post-apocalyptic, and the girl had a
sea crane.
Radio, crank style radio, but it was our very radio from Sea Crane. Yeah.
All right, they're not paying us to do that though. If they want to send us any kind of stuff, we'll be happily take that.
Yeah.
Heck,
I'll plug their stuff for free. They make great radios. I have 3 of them now.
I take some solace in the fact that, I've been recently watching Obsessive Pop Culture Disorder. I at least take solace in the fact that he does the same thing that we do and just obsess about the smallest little nuances of the movies.
Okay.
Well, just like, hey, that's our phone. Or like watching Sons of Anarchy. It's like, hey, we still use our phones, and that's...
Yeah, did we mention that last week?
I'm not sure if we did or not, but we mentioned it now. Anyhow, let's get on with the show. What else did you have for later? That's it. All right.
I don't know. I had a weird note here. It just says Green Clan, and I drew a picture of some kind of weird, war axe, a battle axe, and a shield. I don't think it had anything to do with this, though.
Are you playing a video game or something? What is...
I think it's a game note.
Okay, that's...
Something about the Green Clan. Yeah. I don't know. Battle axes and shields. I don't know.
You might be getting your...
Maybe that was something I was supposed to purchase, or...
You might be getting your notes mixed up. All right. moving right along then, let's talk about A Cure for Wellness.
Okay.
There is a sickness inside us, rising like the bile that leaves that bitter taste at the back of our throats. It's there in every one of you seated around the table. Only when we know what ails us can we hope to find the cure.
What do you make of that?
Clearly he's lost his mind.
Our thoughts exactly. I'd like you to go to Switzerland and bring Mr. Pembroke back to us.
What we offer here is a process of purification, away from the pressures of the modern world.
You plan to take Mr. Pembroke back with you?
Is that a problem?
He's a patient, not a prisoner.
You here for the cure?
No. Actually, I was just leaving.
No one ever leaves.
Welcome back, Mr. Lockhart.
Signs of concussion, depleted immune system. I would like to recommend a treatment.
Think of it as a cleansing of the mind, as much as the body. Some patients experience visions. But rest assured, it's just the toxins leaving the system.
There is a terrible darkness here.
That was 200 years ago.
This is happening now. You said no one ever leaves. What happens to them? I saw the bodies!
Listen to yourself. You're not a well man.
You're trying to make me think I'm insane.
What's happening to me?
It's all part of the cure.
There is no cure!
Accept the diagnosis, and you will see. It's wonderful here.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Imagine yourself in a neutral state. You feel a cool wetness at your feet. Water. A bubbling stream.
Do you want the IMDb explanation or the Netflix explanation, which are both terrible, I think. But
all right, yeah, the synopsis. Have a. Yeah, I'm not sure there is an explanation for this movie.
Yeah, I've got a few things to say about it, though.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, well, A Cure for Wellness actually came out this year. It's 2017, rated R. Dispatched to bring his boss back from a European, quote, wellness spa, a naive company employee travels to the remote alpine facility where he discovers that something sinister is in the works.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a little trouble reading that.
That's all right. So
my glasses aren't working great for me anymore.
Here's the thing. What I thought was going to be a industrial espionage movie, a pseudo supernatural, whatever, turned into a Lovecraftian story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wishing now that I read a review on, actually it probably was on Netflix, and the person that reviewed it was like, yeah, I don't know. He mentioned 5 or 6 different movies that this was.
I was just getting ready to say.
Everything from Shutter Island to probably something Lovecraftian. I don't remember now. I wish I had grabbed it so I could read it.
Sure, I can look at my notes and see, because the same. What are you doing? You're taking the computer from me.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the same thing I was going to say about this movie. Much the way we complained when we watched Armistice that there were half a dozen or a dozen different movies we could liken it to.
Right.
Same thing with this one. But